may isang salita. Kaibigan nyo, kaibigan ko, siya si Inday Sara. Oh, bago Pilipinas, bagong mukha. May prinsipyo, may isang salita. Kaibigan nyo, kaibigan ko, siya si Bobo. Oh, bago Pilipinas, bagong mukha. May prinsipyo, may isang salita. Kaibigan nyo, kaibigan ko, siya si Inday Sara. Oh, bago Pilipinas, bagong mukha. May prinsipyo, may isang salita. Kaibigan nyo, kaibigan ko, siya si Bobo.
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. Kung paano kumalinga sa kapos at mahihirap. Puri ng taong aking hinahanap sa hinaharap. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Duterte apelyido, pangalan Inday Sara. Minamahal, tinatangkilik siya ng Pilipinong masa. Mismong ako ang patunay at aking nasaksihan. Nang siya'y aking makasama sa buong kapuluan. Mas mahalaga sa kanyang sarili, pagmamahal sa kanyang kapwa. Puso niya sumeserbisyo sa kapos at mga dukha. Ang mapabuti ang buong bansa'y kanyang hinahangad. At ang tiwala ng sambayanan ay may lagay sa kanyang palad. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Isang taong may tapang, may pitak sa ating bansa. Isang taong may prinsipyo, may isang salita. Paglipad ng agila, magkaisa tayong lahat. Pagmamahal, suportang tunay ang ating ipangtapat. At tayo ay susuklian, buong pusong paninilbihan. Buong mundo niya ay iikot para sa buong bayan. Sa hamon ng kinabukasan, tayo'y nasa likuran. At umasa kang si Inday Sara nasa harapan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
May bagong pag-asa ng nadarama. May bagong sigla tayong nakikita, pumapagaspas sa hangin. Dala-dala rin ng alon. Lilipad tayo, lilipad tayo.
Ipagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, itataguyod ang bawat Pilipino. Sa kanyang talinong aahon tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol
magtataas, lilipad tayo. Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya. Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya. Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya.
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Inday, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, number 1 kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum. Maayong buntag kaninyong tanan. Marhay na aga sa Indogabos, mga Bicolano. Mayap abak mga Kapampangan. Naimbag abigat sa mga Ilocano. Maayong aga sa mga Ilonggo. Maupay nga aga mga Waray. Masanto siya kabuwasan sa mga tiga Pangasinan. Maradyaw na buntag sa mga tiga Surigao. Buenos dias sa mga tiga Zamboanga. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan, lalo na yung mga kababayan natin sa iba't ibang bansa na malayo po sa kanilang pamilya. Kamusta na po kayo? Sana ay kayo ay masaya at kasama ang inyong mga mahal sa buhay. Matagal-tagal na din po tayong hindi nagkikita dito sa SA4U, lalo na ngayon nakasagsagan po ng kampanya natin. Ngayon naman, online tayo, global ang reach natin. Marami po tayong mga bagong segments dito sa SA4U. Una na dyan, ang Magnegosyo Taday, pera sa bulsa, pagkain sa lamesa. Dito po, ipinapakilala natin ang mga negosyong nabuo at natulungan natin sa ilalim ng programang Magnegosyo Taday na sinimulan namin sa Davao City. Pangalawang segment po natin ang Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas. Dito naman, i-feature po natin ang ating mga kaibigan na volunteers na walang sawang tumutulong sa kapwa nila. At Inday ng Buhay Ko, kung saan mapapanood nyo ang interview sa mga iba't ibang tao patungkol sa akin. Ano ba ang pagkakakilala nila sa akin? Unahin ko po ang pera sa bulsa, pagkain sa lamesa. Panoorin po natin ang kwento ng isa sa mga natulungan nating makapagbukas ng negosyo sa Davao City para dagdag income sa kanyang pamilya. Dahil sa maliliit na negosyong ito, masasabi natin na naging tulong din nila ito lalo ngayong pandemya. Ang mga kwentong ito ay pwedeng-pwede nating mapalaganap sa buong Pilipinas. At hindi lang basta kwento, tulong kabuhayan din po ang hangad natin. Ang beneficiary sa Magnegosyo Taday, nakikilalanin natin ngayon ay isang masipag na may bahay at ina na nagsimula bilang seller ng mga dishwashing soap, Fabcon, detergent soap at iba pa. Dahil sa tulong ng proyektong ito, ngayon ay isa na siyang subcontractor ng isang telecommunications company. Gawin sana nating inspirasyon ang kanyang pinagdadaanan, kaya panoorin natin si Sharon Grace Parescal.
Ako po si Sharon Grace P. Pariscal, nakatira po sa Barangay 1A, Davao City. Nagtuturo po ako ng livelihood skills training dito sa aming barangay. Gumagawa po kami ng mga dishwashing liquid, popcorn at iba pang homemade products. Una ko pong nabalitaan ang tungkol sa magnegosyo taday noong 2017 at na 5,000 pesos ay nagsimula po akong maging seller ng dishwashing liquid, popcorn, detergent powder at kung ano. At ngayon po, dito na kami nakatira ngayon at nag-oopisina. Malaking tulong po sa amin ang programa na ito ni Mayor Inday Sara Duterte dahil nabigyan po kami ng kapital upang makapag-umpisa ng bagong negosyo. Nag-umpisa lang po kami sa 2 empleyado pero ngayon nasa 14 na po sila. Ito na po ang bumubuhay sa aming pamilya at sigurado po ako na magkakaroon ng magandang future ang aming 2 anak. Masaya din po kami dahil nakakatulong din kami sa pamilya ng aming mga empleyado.
Po sa mga support groups natin. Salamat po sa inyong tiwala at suporta. Sara All, Super Inday, kay Inday Sara lilipid ang Pilipinas o kislap. Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantayan lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Sa kanyang dala, sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa pag-ibig. Sa kanyang puso ay titiwan tayo, tataas lilipan tayo. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Haharapin natin.
Ngayong umaga, dito sa segment na Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas, isa na namang volunteer group na sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte ang ating kilalanin at kamustahin. Makasama po natin ang kinatawan ng mga kabataan, ang Youth for Inday Sara Duterte. Walang iba kundi si Miss Janelle Cone Asia, Founding Chair at National President. Hello Janelle at welcome po dito sa Sara All for You. Youth for Sara. Yes, kailan po nabuo itong yung Youth for Inday Sara Duterte?
Okay. Sir, well, nagkaroon kami ng idea na buuhin ito last December 2020 and naghanap ako ng youth leaders na kaparehas ko ng principles and political perspective. Also, youth leaders that love Mayor Inday Sara Duterte because I know that she has always have the heart for the youth. And nag-start ako dun sa mga former co-officers ko sa student council and kapartido ko ng college. And also sa mga kasamahan kong youth volunteers noon ni late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. Then I've launched the organization or the movement last January 2021. Sinibayon ko po ang Run Sara Run movement. Kami ang first and only group na nag-conduct ng Run Sara Run, Caravan, and ginawa po namin ito sa Cagsawa Ruins, Albay with the team Run Sara Run, Mayon Run 2021.
Gaano karami na po ang mga members po nito at may mga chapters ba rin tayo sa ibang lugar sa bansa?
Yes po, sir. Actually, nag-start po kami sa 20 members from 6 different provinces of Bicol region last year, January 2021. And ngayon po, almost 10,000 members na po kami nationwide. And bala ko pong isend kay Mayor Inday Sara yung list of members po, of course, before the election, and naka-indicate po doon if the member is registered voter or not po.
Ay, Janelle, ganito, no?
Jazel po.
Sorry. Yes. Jazel, I'm sorry. Jazel, ano po ba ang advocacy ninyo? Ano po ang ginagawa mga aktibidad bilang suporta kay Mayor Inday Sara at kasabay din, no, ng pagtulong ng ating mga kababayan?
Well, meron po kaming activities such as gathering the youth for orientations, campaign, and after that, we will conduct tree planting activities, feeding programs, cleanup drive, and coastal cleanup. That will empower the youth, teach them how to be proactive, and also train them to help other youth, the people, and the whole community as well.
Ito, no, sa tuwing, alam mo, Jazel, at sa tuwing nagsasagawa kayo ng outreach o pagtutulong sa kapwa, may mga realization ba kayo o mga aral na natutunan sa ginagawa ninyong programa at advokasya?
Yes po, syempre. Every time na nagkakanda kami ng outreach activities at tumutulong kami sa mga tao, especially sa mga kabataan, na-realize ko po na yung Youth for Inday Sara Duterte must continue even after election po para mas marami pa kaming taong matulungan at mas marami pa kaming mga batang mapasaya. Kaya nga po after this election, I decided to work again and look for projects to generate fund and to sustain Youth for Inday Sara Duterte kasi ako po yung bumuo, ako yung nag-finance, and ako din po yung nag-organize nito nationwide. So gusto ko pong ipagpatuloy ang nasimulan namin at marami pa sana kaming matulungan at matutunan sa samahang nabuo na ito.
Maganda yan, Jazel. Pagpatuloy mo talaga yan. Alam mo, ngayong eleksyon 2022, naitala ng COMELEC ang pinakamaraming registered youth voters. Ano sa tingin mo ang magiging impact o role ng youth o mga millennial, no, dito sa bagong o sa darating na bagong administrasyon natin?
Oh, nice. Sir, malaki po yung magiging impact ng youth. That's why I really encourage the officers of Youth for Inday. From every chapters, we must invite more Filipino youth registered voters na maging member ng Youth for Inday because the impact of the youth or the millennial participation on the next administration, well, I hope na makatulong ang kabataan sa susunod na administration at hindi maging sakit sa ulo. That's why I always say na kaming mga kabataan ang magpapatuloy sa pagbabago na ginawa ng administration ngayon and the next administration maybe. So sana magtulungan na lang ang bagong administration, kaisa kami, ang mga kabataan, to continue the legacy of the good governance po.
Yan, tama yan, Jazel. Siyempre, mensahe mo, no, para sa mga kapwa youth for Inday Sara Duterte volunteers at siyempre, sa mga kababayan na rin natin na nanonood ngayon. Go ahead, Jazel.
Ayun. My message to all the youth for Inday Sara Duterte or sa mga kabataang mahalang Pilipinas, volunteers, I want to encourage you to be proactive, be a responsible citizen, and has a willpower to stand with your own life perspective. Let's grow and help other people. Don't be a stress to our government. Let's help our administration kasi para naman ito sa future natin. ipagpatuloy natin ang pagbabagong nararanasan natin ngayon. Huwag sana tayong magpadala sa mga negative propaganda ng ibang kabataan gamit ang social media. Alam natin kung ano ang makakabuti at hindi makakabuti sa atin. Maging neutral sana tayo, like wag maging anti-government, and also wag naman yung masyadong sip-sip sa government. Kung mali, edi mali, wag nating itolerate at gawin natin palagi ang tama para sa kinabukasan ng mamayang Pilipino. Kaya sa mga kabataan dyan, tara, mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Okay, tamang-tama yan, Jaisel. At syempre, mensahe mo para kay Mayor Sara Duterte, ang ating future Vice President. Go ahead, Jaisel.
Ayan. Para naman po kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte, first of all, ma'am, I want to thank you dahil pinaunlakan niyo po ang panawagan ng buong Pilipinas at kayo ay tumakbo sa national position. We, the Youth for Inday Sara Duterte, was very happy with that. Though some of your parallel groups, leaders, ay biglang nag-switch ng support kay BBM dahil siyang tumakbong Pangulo, and we don't have a control of that. And we don't know their intentions, bakit nakadepende sa posisyon yung suporta nila. But I just want you to know na, ma'am, solid po yung suporta sa inyo ng Youth for Inday, and no matter what position you may take, sasamahan ka po namin, di ka namin pababayaan, at handa po kami ipaglaban ka at ipaglaban ng mga plano mo at plataforma para sa mga kabataan at para sa bayan. Mahal ka po namin.
Maraming salamat at mabuhay kayo, Miss Jaisel Cone Asia, ang founding chair at national president ng Youth for Inday Sara Duterte. Maraming salamat and good luck. God bless.
Mabuhay din po kayo, sir. Mabuhay si Mayor Inday Sara at mabuhay ang kabataang Pilipino. Maraming salamat din po at mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Magbabalik pa po ang Sara All for You, kasama pa rin si Mayor Sara Duterte.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Andiyan sa puso natin yung hindi humuhusga sa ibang tao.
Yun pong tao na handang tumulong, yung mga instrumentong ginagamit ni Lord, yun pong ililift up ako, yung magbigay ng encouragement.
Marunong makisama kasi yung tao naman na nakakaharap mo araw-araw, kung maganda yung pakikitungo mo, babalik din sa'yo lahat ng kagandahan na ginawa mo para sa kanila.
Ako si Inday Nila, person with disability. Aalagaan ka.
Ako si Inday Lai, sasamahan kita.
Ako po si Inday Jane, handang maglingkod, isang Inday. Inday will always love you.
Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Balik po tayo sa Sara All for You. Shoutout po muna sa mga grupong sumusuporta sa atin. Sa Inday Sara Duterte ako o ISDA. Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas o Isip Pilipinas, at Sara tayo. At ngayong umaga, mapapanood din po natin ang kwento at panayam ng iba't ibang tao dito sa Inday ng Buhay Ko. Interview po ito sa mga nakasama ko o mga pangkaraniwang mamamayan tungkol sa pagkakakilala nila sa akin. Panoorin po natin ito.
There was a flood incident that happened under my area of jurisdiction, particularly in Barangay Tigato. Doon kami unang nagkita sa isang shelter area, ma-shock good ka, no? You will really be shocked kasi nga, of course, the mayor will gonna talk to you at alam naman natin na, sa totoo lang, no, even those people na makasama niya, talagang mai-intimidate sa kanya. Hindi mai-intimidate in a negative way, kundi talagang feeling mo na iba kasi, no? Iba kasi yung sa makita mo siya sa video or sa TV, sa in-person. So talagang yung halong intimidation na proud ka dahil nakausap mo ang isang liderato na for me, no, very idealistic po kasi ang pagtingin at paghanga ko kay Mayor Inday. Ang pinaka hindi ko makalimutan yung presensya niya panahon na may mga year-end gatherings ang LGBT community ng Davao City. Talagang nandoon yung presensya niya, andoon yung, mafe-feel mo talaga na ang mayor andoon dahil of course, kinakausap kami, kinukumusta ang ating LGBT at talagang she's really having fun with us. Tatlong katangian na talagang I wanted to be emulated from Mayor Inday. Number one is the sense of discipline. In terms of work ethics, talagang may direction siya. Gusto niya na may mga resulta ang bawat trabaho. Talagang nagpa-follow ka ng instructions at lalo na may impact ang programa na ibinibigay natin doon sa ating mga kliyente. Pangalawa, itong tinatawag nating the mission, putting the mission into a long-term goal na hindi lang more on dole out ang dapat ipinapamahagi nating programa. Nais niyang magkaroon ng isang project design or isang programa na kung saan long-term ang effect at impact nito sa bawat beneficiary na meron tayo. Pangatlo is the sense of humility. Pag may nagawa kang maganda, pag may nagawa kang alam mo that you are worth praising, talagang she will say thank you to you. Isa sa mga hinahangaan ko is being a loving and nurturing mother of her children. Alaman naman natin kung kahit gaano siya ka-busy, talagang nabibigay siya ng oras at panahon sa kanyang mga anak. A very strong-willed leader na talagang dapat may direksyon at saka may paninindigan. A very principled woman na alam natin na kaya niyang i-gamble, no? ang klaseng pamamaraan na meron siya, ang liderato na meron siya para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. No one should be left behind. At talagang yan ang natutunan ko sa kanya. Like, do not discriminate and do not deprive one's right to avail the program and services of the government. Time management. Na alam natin na sa kadami-dami na mga activities or engagement na meron siya, pagsasabihin niya that she will come and she will attend, talagang you would expect that on time and before time, Mayor Inday will be there. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng pagkakataon na naibahagi mo sa akin bilang isang public servant. Maraming salamat dahil naging magandang ehemplo po kayo bilang isang public servant at leader sa buong bansa. Maraming salamat din po sa pagmamahal nyo na naibahagi sa sektor ng LGBT.
Habang patuloy na umarangkada ang kampanya, kasama ko si Apo Bongbong Marcos at buong Unity Team Senators, ay patuloy na dumarami ang Davaoenyo artist na nagbibigay suporta sa akin. Panoorin natin ngayon ang lead vocalist ng bandang Bird's Eye na si Rachel Saligumba at drag queen na si Lady Morgana. Dito lamang yan sa Artists for Sara.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang agila.
I'm Rachel Saligumba and I'm a singer here in Davao City. There was an event that Mayor Inday Sara was invited and I sang Top of the World. Natawa siya nun kasi hindi ko na alala yung lyrics, sa kalimutan ko. Kasi iba na ang lyrics ko. Pero patuloy pa rin yung kanta ko. One of the characteristics na nagustuhan ko kay Mayor Inday Sara is her being resilient. She's not easily swayed pag may mga problema. A loving mother and a loving sister too. Kasi malambing siya sa mga kapatid niya. Her being matapang, yun. And hindi talaga natatakot. Sinasabi niya talaga kung ano yung gusto niyang sabihin. She really stands for what she believes is right. We are disciplined. Lahat ng mga taga Davao, disciplined talaga. So yun ang nagustuhan ko sa mga pamamalakad. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love is every day. That would be my song for her. My message for our beloved City Mayor Inday Sara is to stay resilient and always pray to God na malampasan mo kung ano man meron ngayon, kung may problema ka, or kung ano ba yung mga haharapin mo in the future. Sana malampasan mo lahat.
Hello mga kaigsunan, my name is Lady Morgana and I am a stand-up comedian and of course a drag queen from Davao City. Binigay niya sa akin ang terno Filipiniana niya na ginamit niya dun sa State of the Nation address na designed by the one and only Carrie Santiago. Na-shock po ako noon at saka hindi ko in-expect na binigyan niya pa sa akin. Kasi po, that time po, nag-usap-usap po kami ni Mayor Inday together with Chabs and Manay Kinita. Sabi ko na, Mayor, ang ganda ng gown mo yung ginamit mo sa Sona. Saan doon? Yung bago lang po yung kay Carrie Santiago. Sabi niya na, okay, bigay ko sa'yo. Well, hindi ko na in-expect, and of course I'm grateful and thankful na isang mayor ng Davao City na binigay sa akin ng isang historical terno Filipiniana na inalagaan ko until now din po, mga kaibigan. Siya po ay isang matapang at may malasakit. Hello Mayor Inday Sara, ako din si Lady Morgana na nag-support sa mo all the way para kung mahimo kag Vice President diri sa Davao, sa Philippines. Of course, kabalo ko na todo suporta kay ka sa mga kaigsuunan natong LGBT, and I know you can make it sa election, and of course, good luck madam og narami diri para magsuporta sa imuha.
Ako po si Direk Niel de Mesa ng Artists for Sara. Kung ikaw ay isang Pilipino na tunay na sumusuporta kay Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at sa tambalang BBM Sara, hinahayag mo ito sa iyong social media accounts o nagsishare ng mga posts tungkol sa Unity. At syempre, ikaw ay isang malikhaing alagad ng sining. Maaring ikaw ay isang musiko, aktor, mga awit, kompositor, taga-teatro, mananayaw, designer, graphic artist, live performer, filmmaker, manunulat, DJ, o di kaya ay nasa larangan ng multimedia at creative arts. Maaari mo nang sabihin ikaw ay isang artist for Sara. Isa sa adhikain ni Mayor Inday Sara ang pagkakapantay-pantay ng lahat ng mga Pilipino. Walang mayaman, walang mahirap, walang kasarian, walang relihiyon. Sa makatuwid, walang sikat at hindi sikat. Ang boses mo at ang iyong suporta ay mahalaga, lalo na sa larangan ng sining. Isang larangan na nais pag-ibayuhin ni Mayor Inday Sara Duterte at suportahan sa paparating niyang termino. Kung nais mong makibahagi sa mga activities o events para sa tambalang BBM Sara, mag-email lang ng inyong contact details sa artistsforsara@gmail.com. Daghang salamat at mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
Assalamualaikum, madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. Maraming salamat sa mga kasapi ng Artists for Sara para sa inyong suporta sa aking mithiin na maging pangalawang pangulo ng ating bansa. Nakakataba ito ng puso at dagdag inspirasyon at lakas ng loob para sa akin. Sama-sama po tayong isulong ang isang mapayapa at maunlad na pamumuhay para sa bawat Pilipino. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas. Syukran.
DJ Dark Freaker.
Mga Pilipinas, marunong ka. May prinsipyo, may isang salita. Kaibigan nyo, kaibigan ko, siya si Inday Sara. Oh, mga Pilipinas.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao Province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as the Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her Lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encouraged entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a 2-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ate tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tunghayan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.